In this nitty-gritty Let's Play live stream, we're going to be playing American Mah Jongg at Mahjong Time. We're going to be playing at Mahjong Time today because the topic is on competitive play. And they have something called marathons at Mahjong Time where you play 4 games in a row and the winner takes all. So we're going to need to use best practices to play competitively, defensively, and try not to throw the winning tile to anybody. That's the goal. I'm going to share a few things with you about playing competitively before we get to the gameplay with commentary. Before we do that, though, I just want to say thank you for watching my videos and thank you for sharing about MAHJLIFE. Also, thank you to moderators who are helping monitor chat today. I also want to give a shout out to our channel members. Thank you so much for supporting MAHJLIFE, including our newest member, Lois. That's Lucky. He's here to welcome you. This format today is a nitty-gritty, which means we're not going to do any socialization. We're going to dig into the content and gameplay with commentary. If you prefer to hang out in a casual setting, consider joining us on Friday nights, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, where we do simply social Let's Play live streams. With that, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and we'll get started with this short presentation. Hi, Jill. Jill had a question for me and I haven't had time to answer online. When, and you're going to see this incidentally when we get to Mahjong Time and we play the game, in a marathon, when you are ready to win, you will be prompted to declare Mahjong because they use that to test your resolve. Even though a discard may not be your winning tile, it's just a mechanism that they use to test you. So if it is not your winning tile, don't click Mahjong, but expect that it will come up if you are ready to win. And we'll hopefully see that today. And I'll walk you through it and explain why it happens. So just for a visual, anyhow. I'll go ahead and share my screen now. Let's see. I have the presentation ready to go. Here it is. You're welcome, Jill. Thanks for being here today. Okay, so my first question is, for those who are here in chat, write down a 1 if you have played in a competitive setting, whether you play by tournament rules or whether you have attended a tournament. And then put a 0 in the chat if you have never played competitively. This will just give me a little idea of who we have here with us today. Okay. We have a couple of people who've been in a tournament, and we have a couple of people who have not. Oh, good. More people who have not played in a tournament. Okay, so hopefully this will help give you an introduction into the experience and help manage your expectations as well. Okay. Most have not played in a tournament, but several have. Okay, excellent. Thank you so much for participating in that. So I'm going to go ahead and start this presentation, and then if you have any questions along the way, write them in the chat and our moderators will help to highlight those questions, and I'll also be monitoring the chat because right now I don't see that we have any moderators with us yet. So here we go. Competitive play. The first thing that I want to share is that practice makes progress. So if you have yet to attend a tournament, it's going to be key for you to practice before you go with whatever tips that I share with you today, because practicing is going to help improve your confidence level and your comfortability. Regardless, when you go to your first tournament, it's going to be uncomfortable. That's just the nature of doing something new. So just prepare yourself and breathe through that feeling, because it's temporary. After you play your first game and you get a feel for what is expected of you as a player or a contestant in the tournament, you'll feel more comfortable after that first round, probably, maybe even the first game. So we're going to talk about how to prepare in advance. The first thing, as I shared, that you're going to want to do is to practice. When you practice online, that's the ideal way to do it, because you can get in a lot of games quickly, especially with some of the platforms out there. You can click pass or call very quickly. At Mahjong Time, the game is a little slower because it's a little more simulated to in-person play, so it takes a little bit longer. But being able to practice playing games online is one of the ways that you can build your confidence with decision making, because when you go to a tournament, you're going to have to make very quick decisions. You've got to play in about a 12 to 15 minute game, depending on the time that the director chooses for their sessions. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that. So you want to practice. That's the bottom line. Practice decision making, especially through the Charleston, because that is where you gain momentum with hand development. Your goal during the Charleston is to transform your dealt hand so that you only need a few tiles in the pick and discard phase of the game, and hopefully you'll be able to win before anybody else even gets their feet under them. So with practice also comes analyzing the card. At the beginning of the year, the card year, April, I always do a new card analysis. And if you haven't spent time digging into the nitty-gritty of the National Mah Jongg League card, and you don't have the wherewithal or the time or the skill set to analyze the card, use some that are already out there, like mine. I'll make sure that there's a link in the video description so that you can access a free ebook with an analysis of the card and my findings. These analysis, and there are lots of instructors who provide some form of an analysis. All of those can give you some insight into the nuances of the card for the given year. So leverage what's already been done and then do your own analysis if you want to, or if you have time. Also, make sure you know the rules for the tournament. Every tournament in American Mah Jongg is based on the rules set by the National Mah Jongg League. However, the rules developed by the National Mah Jongg League are for social play. So there's a lot of recommend, should, encourage, as opposed to words like must, because the league intends for the game to be played socially and casually. In a tournament, the rules are tighter because they want to ensure fairness. That's not to say that the league's rules are not fair. What leads to unfairness is the gray area, like the we recommend and you should do this or do that, and not as many must, which anytime the word must is there, that is a rule. Anytime the word should or recommend is there, that's a guideline. So there's gray area there. In a tournament, they tighten up those gray areas so that they can ensure fairness for all contestants. So each tournament director will have their own set of rules. In America, tournament rules are not standardized. So each director will have their own rules. So if you're going to a tournament, get the rules. Contact the director and ask them for a copy of the rules in advance. In many cases, tournament directors will send them to you in advance by email, or they'll be on their website, which I believe we're going to talk about in a bit. So if you study the rules, you'll know what to expect, and you won't find yourself in a predicament where you may be disqualified by one of the players at the table. Know the rules. Next, review the scoring. Scoring is another one of those things that's not regulated. There are standards that are shared, but there are some differences. Tournament directors can do their own scoring just like they can do their own rules. So make sure you ask about the scoring. Typically, you're going to get the rules and the scoring in one packet, either a double-sided paper or a multi-page packet. And the scoring should be on there. Sometimes you'll even see a mock score sheet with examples. And that way you can get an idea of what you're going to need to do for scoring. Some tournament directors even use a bubble system where the scoring is digitally or electronically calculated. So they use the fill in the bubble. So some use paper and pencil though, old school. So just ask for the rules and ask for the scoring before you go to the tournament. And that way you'll know what to expect when you get there. Here's an example of a pen and paper score sheet. Typically, you're going to have the event name on there. You're going to get a starting seat and then a starting table. And with your starting seat, that will be your seat throughout the event. So for example, if you're player 2 or south, you're going to be at that seat at every table. East typically will stay seated. Sometimes they move, but sometimes they'll stay seated in between rounds. So when you start at a table, if you're in seat B or 2 or south, same player, same seat, you're going to move up one table. If you're in table or seat 3, you're going to move down one. And if you're in the 4th seat, you're going to move up 2. So there will be a rotation instruction on there. And if you ever get lost, just look at your starting table and then replay the movement based on the rotation provided on the card. And of course, you can always ask for help. I'm sure that most tournament directors have assistants that can help get you to the table that you need to be at. The next thing that you're going to notice is that you're going to see sections for rounds. Sometimes your director may have you use one sheet per round. In this one, you have one sheet to take with you throughout the day, and then you turn in this sheet at the end and just have one sheet to manage. Sometimes you're going to have one sheet per round. But on the sheet, you're going to document your table number, and then you're going to write the score for each game that you played, and you're going to total it in most cases on the right. Usually there's a verification process, so you're going to hand your card to the player across from you. That's one way that it's done. Another way is everybody fills out their card and then they give it to East, the player in the East seat, and then East will verify the scoring to make sure that each game has the correct scores, so that by the end of the round, everyone is confident that the scoring was documented correctly. And then that scorecard at the end of the day or the end of the round will be given to the director, and they'll be confident in tabulating the final scores. So it's very important that you understand the scoring so that you fill out this correctly. Most of the time, they're going to have a little cheat sheet on the card or on this official score sheet so that you can do the scoring without question. In this example, you get 10 plus 10 points if you pick your own winning tile, and that is plus 10 for the value to the value on the card. So if you win a 25-point hand and you pick it yourself, you get 25 points for the hand and then 10 points for picking it yourself. And then everybody else would not write anything on their card. So it's a little bit different than playing for points in a social game or playing for money, where you are rewarded after one game. Only the player who is either a winner or a player who incurs a penalty will write on their card. If you win a hand where there's no jokers, you're going to get plus 20 points added to the value of the hand on the card. So if you win, let's say, the fourth hand under the year, 30 points, and it's jokerless, you will get an additional 20. So that will be a 50-point hand. So it's a little bit different than playing in person, where if you get a jokerless hand, the value doubles. So just make sure that you understand the scoring for that particular tournament. Another common scoring element is 10 points for wall games. So if you end the game in a draw, everybody gets plus 10. If for whatever reason you're disqualified, you get a 0 for that game. The penalties that are common are -10 if you discard the winning tile where there's one exposure or no exposures, -20 points if you discard a winning tile where there are 2 exposures, and -25 points if you discard the winning tile where there are 3 or more exposures. So you are penalized if players have exposures. It's going to be more and more a greater penalty the more exposures that are visible. So that is an example of what a scoring card looks like. Again, some may use a bubble system where the totals are tabulated electronically. So just be prepared for that. It'll be much easier for you. Okay, so now I want to share about a couple of national tournament organizations. We have Destination Mah Jongg and Mahjong Fever. Those are the two biggest. And there are others that are quite large, but serve people locally. And that would be people, for example, in Florida, I believe Green Dragon Mahjong or something like that. There are tournaments all over the nation in synagogues and JCCs, and even private individuals may run tournaments, but they're typically not visible to the nation so much as these two particular companies, Destination Mah Jongg and Mahjong Fever. Those are the top two that run tournaments consistently in multiple states. So they travel with their tournaments. In order to play in a tournament confidently, you're going to have to practice, know the rules. So study the rules, understand the scoring, and be prepared. It's going to take hard work to get to that place where you're doing this confidently, but just know that success is on the other side of grit. It will be worth it, especially if you have a competitive streak like me. When you are at the tournament, there are some tips that I want to share with you that will help you have a good time, whether you win or lose. The first thing is, and the most important thing is, to do your best. Do your best one game at a time and focus on that. When you're playing, especially if you're new to the game or you're new to tournaments, keep the game going. Keep up with the pace of the game. Because as I shared earlier, you have to play 4 games within a set period of time. Typically, it's 50 to 55 minutes in most tournaments. So you're gonna need to play about a 12-minute game. So when you're practicing, test yourself and see if you can play a 15-minute game or less. But keep the game going and stay up with the pace, even if that means making a mistake. It's okay. You can recover. And if this is your first tournament, just soak it up and learn from the experience. Don't go to win per se, go to experience it and soak it all up so that you can get that under your belt and then move up from there. Keep the game going. That's my first tip. The second one is to keep a clear head. The last thing you want to do is be hard on yourself for making mistakes. So if you make a mistake, let it go and move on. If you discard a winning tile, for example, learn from it, look at what is out on the table and see how many exposures they had, and train yourself to notice these red flags and risky situations so that you can avoid that in the future. So analyze it quickly and move on, but keep a clear head and don't kick yourself, because everybody makes mistakes. Even experienced players will make a mistake. As a matter of fact, the most common mistake an experienced player will make is to miss a joker exchange. And in a competitive setting, that can be detrimental for sure, because in American Mah Jongg, jokers typically are very useful. So even experienced players will make mistakes, even in a tournament. So try not to be critical of yourself and just move on if you make a mistake. One of the things that you can do also that is a way to encourage yourself along the way is to pick an achievable goal. So for example, a goal that you might pick would be to play a quint at some point, or attempt a quint. Something that you can attempt, whether you win or lose, doesn't matter. The fact that you attempted something, that would be an achievable goal. Attempt a quint, attempt a singles and pairs hand. Also, try not to discard the winning tile. Sometimes that's not possible because every tile on the card, or every hand this year, uses a single for every tile in the set. So every tile is going to have some level of risk. So try not to throw the winning tile. That's another achievable goal, but sometimes it's not avoidable. So those are just a couple of examples. Let's see. Practice situational awareness. You're going to want to have heightened level of defensive play, and that's going to mean that you need to be more aware of what is going on at the table. And that includes things like observing your opponent's body language and interpreting their tells. For example, listening to what is said and watching people's responses to discards and exposures, because a lot of people have nonverbal expressions that can be used to help you determine perhaps what kind of hand they're playing, or maybe how close they are, or maybe even if they've folded and they're playing defensively. Those are things that you can pick up if you raise your situational awareness. Play your best game. Each game, just do your best. If you play your best game, one game at a time, there's nothing more that you can do besides learn. So you can learn along the way, but you do your best where you are, and that's the best you can do at the moment. You learn from that, and then you can add more to your knowledge and experience, tactics that you can pick up and things like that. But at the moment, in the moment, play your best game and let that be good enough. Also, leave your losses at the table. If you lose, don't carry that with you. Don't criticize yourself for not winning. There's only going to be one winner, or you're going to have a draw. So leave your losses at the table. That includes also mistakes. Don't take those with you to the next table or the next round, because it can affect you and put you on tilt, which can ruin the day for you. Leave your losses and mistakes at the table and move on. Another tip that I have for you is to stay away from the leaderboard. The leaderboard is where they list where players are placed in descending order from high to low. So I have noticed that when people check the leaderboard, they're trying to figure out where they are in comparison to other people. In my opinion, that muddies the water. And it can also be a distraction that can put you on tilt. It can set you off kilter and distract you from your goals for the day. The other goals that I share on here are much more positive and meaningful, because they're going to keep you in the positive rather than negative. Because if you go to the leaderboard and you are not where you expect to be, it's going to affect the way you play the game. Some people might go to the leaderboard and see, oh my gosh, last time I was in the top 25%. And then they're hard on themselves, and it's going to show in the way they play the game. They're going to be aggressive. They're going to ruffle feathers. They're going to raise the anxiety level. Those are just some examples of how looking at the leaderboard can impact you negatively. Just stay away from it. If you do the best you can, one game at a time, that should be all you need to know. In the end, when they tabulate the scores, if you're in the top, I don't know, 12, if you place, then kudos. But where you are on that leaderboard really doesn't matter throughout the event. What matters is the end score. And if you do your best every game, you don't need to go to the leaderboard. In my opinion, it'll just have a potential to affect you negatively, or even it could give you a false sense of security. Because if you're up in that 25% and somebody has a really good round, and they could bump you down, and then you're not in the top 25 anymore because other people have done well. Those are things that you cannot control. So I highly recommend staying away from the leaderboard. And most importantly, have fun. It's a game. Play to have fun. Challenge yourself and have fun. Now, we're going to play Mahjong, and I'm going to talk through some of the things that we've gone through in this spreadsheet so you can see those kinds of thought processes in play. Does anybody have any questions about these tips? We're going to do one marathon, and then we're going to come back because I have more for you. So let me share my screen. Let's see here. Something happened to my computer. I lost my tray. Okay, so I have Mahjong Time up here now. Okay, I have more advice for you after this game. We're going to do one. Let me see. I got to blow my nose. Hold on. Okay, let's see if we can find a marathon to play. Let's see here. We may, hold on, games. Okay, there's one right there. No, that's a regular game. So there are none there. All right, we're going to go back to this presentation real quick since we have to wait. And we're going to move on because I do have more to share. Dealing with difficult personalities at the table, people asking you to hurry excessively. Yes, that is one of my pet peeves, and I think it's actually an exploit. Okay, let me get to, I already shared that. Okay, we're going to move on. Yes, Karen said you had to get through 4 games quickly and people stressed out. I know. I experienced that as well, and it really upset me, actually. And I believe that it's wrong to do that, by the way. If people say, just pick and discard so we can all get a 10, a plus 10, I think that's an exploit, and I think it's wrong. But I'm not a director. So if anything happens at the table that makes you uncomfortable, talk to the tournament director about it, because they won't know if you don't share your experience with them. and they can't fix things unless you speak up. Okay, so let me just share a few more things since there's no table to join. This quote is fantastic, and I highly recommend that you memorize it. I never lose. I either win or learn. Nelson Mandela. This is a great quote, and it has really helped me to manage my expectations and to keep a focus, keep a level head, especially if the outcome is not what I expected it to be. Let me just say it that way. When you're in between tournaments or events, have a growth mindset. Review your performance at the previous tournament and acknowledge any mistakes that you might have made so that you can learn from them. Celebrate any successes that you had. Pat yourself on the back. Give yourself a kudos. Seek feedback from experienced players. If something happened during the game that made you question what was going on, or maybe whether you made the wrong choice or you should have played more defensively, get some feedback and keep going. If you had one bad experience, that is not going to be the norm. Usually tournaments are a lot of fun and they're very challenging and they allow you to grow as a player. So they are a good thing. However, a lot of tournaments have very aggressive players, competitive players who are there to win. And sometimes they're in it for the money. So just know that there are some players that are going to be a bit aggressive. And you're just going to do the same thing. Do your best one game at a time. Keep your focus, keep a positive attitude, and keep going. Pursue excellence with dignity, accept failure. Oops, I messed that up. Sorry. Pursue excellence with tenacity, accept failure with dignity, and embrace success with humility. Tenacity, dignity, humility, and you'll be fine. And remember to subscribe at MAHJLIFE and watch all my YouTube videos because I share lots and lots of tactics that can help you improve your game and refine your playing style. All right, now we're going to try to find a table. Hopefully there'll be one that we can join. Oh, there is. Let me share my screen here. Here's the table, and we're going to be able to play in a marathon now. So we'll probably be able to play one marathon and 2 individual games. All right, here we go. So our goal is to not discard the winning tile. That's going to be our achievable goal. And the best we can do there is to play defensively and make sure that we see at least 3 tiles visible before we discard a risky tile and decide, of course, whether we're going to play to win or fold. So here's our first hand. Let's see what we have to work with. We have a pair of 7 BAMs and a pair of red dragons. So whatever we play, I would focus on the 7 BAM and the red dragon. Probably that 2 crack can go, the 1 can go, and probably the single wind. So I would focus on the 7s and the dragons. Most likely the 2-4 will go. We might be able to do 6, 7, 8, 9 dragon, 5th hand down under consecutive run. Or the 2nd hand down with the red dragon pair, but we have no 8 yet. Okay, no keepers, but we did pick up a 7. So we have like numbers and dragons that we might be able to use. We have tiles we can pass, so we don't need to pick a hand. We're going to continue to gather. You know what I would do here? Let's see, 4, 5. We do have 4, 5 dot, 6, 7 BAM, no gaps. So let's go ahead and keep the 4 dot. Second hand from the bottom on the right, mixed suit, 4, 5 dot, 6, 7 BAM. Okay, we did get a 9 dot. We have a 7 BAM there. So now we have a bit of big odds developing here. I think I would probably The 2s were going around. We have a pair of 7s. I would probably let this 4 dot go with the 9 dot. Because we could do 5, 7 dot, 7, 9 bam. Or like numbers with 7s. Here's the other 7 and a 9 bam. So now we have 7, 9 and bams. Here's a 7 crack. And we have 3 tiles we can pass. So we're going to keep going. I'm kind of thinking we're closer to like numbers with 7s. Who stopped the Charleston? The player on our right. Let's just pass 2. The player on our right stopped the Charleston. We're going to pass a 2 with an 8. So I'm thinking probably, okay, let's discard the 2 crack first. I like to discard year tiles. So we're in between hands, but we do have 2 hands with no gaps. Big odds, 5, 7, 7, 9, second hand down. We have a lot of discards. We could even maybe play the second hand from the bottom under odds, in which case we still have quite a few discards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 discards. So we're going to be an underdog until we pick a hand. Second hand down under odds. Second hand from the bottom on the right. Dragons. 5, 7 dot, 7, 9 bam with red dragon Kong. We could also maybe play 6 through 9 with dragons if we get that tile right there. 8 bam. Okay, so let's just pull these off a little bit. I would probably not play like numbers with 7s now that we have that 8 bam.
2 bamboos.
I think we're closest to 6, 7, 8, 9 dragons, second hand down under consecutive run. But
2 dots.
We could still maybe play the dragon hand under odds.
9 characters.
Okay, 2 bam, we'll let that go.
2 bamboos.
Somebody kept that 2 bam. But now there's 2 out. I like to try to sabotage the big year hand.
8 characters.
Okay, and in here, we could potentially claim a discard
6
for the
bamboos.
9 bam if we play the odd dragon hand.
6 characters.
Second one from the bottom.
4 characters.
Looks like someone's either doing
Kong.
2, 3, 4, 5, or maybe a year hand.
2 bamboos.
They're the ones who had the 2 bam.
3 dots.
Okay, now there is a 5 dot.
1
so
character.
I would probably go ahead and play 5, 7, 7, 9 dragon.
2 characters.
Second hand from the bottom on the right. We're at 8. We just entered the middle game. I would say we're a contender
characters.
here. We have 1 of 2 pair. We
Green
could pung
dragon.
the 7 and the 9. Bam. And we need 1 good pick for the red dragon. Oh, look what we just got, though.
8 bamboos.
We just got 2 dragons. 2 pairs of dragons.
8 bamboos.
We could play like numbers with 7s and dragons. We could also maybe use the green dragon as
1
joker
dot.
bait. 5 bam. 5, 6, 7. I already got rid of the 8.
5 bamboos.
We're playing 5, 7, 7, 9 probably. Second hand from
4
the bottom on the
bamboos.
right. We need 1 good pick in here for this red dragon.
7 dots.
Oh, that's our pair tile. Somebody has a 7 dot besides
7
us.
characters.
Okay, that's a keeper. Let's throw the 7 crack.
7 characters.
Okay, so we got a keeper there.
1 dot.
We're a little vulnerable with our 7 dot at the moment.
1 character.
We're at 66
1
tiles.
dot.
Don't need wins.
East wind.
Hesitation there on the wind. Always be mindful of hesitations because then you can
Red
figure out
dragon.
what people are playing. Okay, now here we cannot call that. We're going to pass. So we're going to need a joker there.
5 bamboos.
We might even switch to the second hand down under odds.
4 dots.
Pung Kong, or Pung Pung Kong Kong. 9 dot. I suppose we can keep that for just a minute.
6 bamboos.
2 9 dots are out, so that's going to be a safe discard.
4 dots. 6 dots.
It would be really nice
East
to
wind.
get something for this red dragon.
2 dots.
Okay, not much of a
3
hesitation there.
characters.
Okay, now there's a hesitation on the
Home.
3. Player on the left. Three
3
crack.
dots.
So 3 crack Kong. We're going to let this flower go right now.
Flower.
This is second one out. This player has a Kong of 3 cracks and
2
they threw a
bamboos.
3 dot. There's a 3 dot here also. So they are likely not playing
3
3 6
dots.
9 and they're not playing like numbers with 3s. I don't
9
think they're playing little
characters.
odds either. Oh, a dragon. No, we're not going to keep that.
White dragon.
Someone I think is playing a year hand. Maybe across from us. Okay, we'll see.
8 bamboos.
So the player on our left, they could be playing little
3
odds.
bamboos.
1 3 bam. 3 5
Hung.
crack. There it is. 1 3 3 5 little odds.
1 character.
Okay, so that 3 is going to be safe. We're at 48 tiles. Let's let the green dragon go.
Green dragon.
Maybe we'll get a joker here. No. Dang it.
9 bamboos.
Okay, so that was at 48 tiles. This we could pung.
Pung.
I would, even though we need a joker for the green or
Green
the red,
dragon.
we still are a bit vulnerable with the 7 dot. So we'll see.
Green dragon.
Okay, so the player on our right had the green dragon.
Red dragon.
Oh, now we're going to need 2 jokers. That's okay.
2 dots.
Damage is done. Not much we can do.
3 bamboos.
We just keep playing. Consider defense. We have 2 discards and we need
West
2
wind.
jokers. So let's just wait and see. Our hand is still viable because we can use jokers.
Flower.
Okay, the player on our right needs flowers. They must not be ready. They must not be ready on the flower.
9 characters.
Okay, let's see. Let's throw the 8 dot. This 5 dot will be
8
safe
dots.
later. We're committed to this hand because we have a pung of 9s.
4 bamboos.
Another tip is to don't play the shoulda, coulda, woulda game. If you in your mind saying, oh crap, I should have done this or that, don't do that.
2 characters.
That's just a negative trail. Don't go down that trail.
9 dots.
Stay positive. Okay, 1 dot should be safe. 3 are out. This is where you want
1
to
dot.
look at discards and make sure you're discarding safely. Because we need 2 jokers,
6 bamboos.
and the chance of us getting 2 jokers in the end game is slim. So we may need to switch to defense.
East wind.
We know the 9 dot should be safe because there are 2 out. The 5 dot should be safe
7
because we have them.
characters.
Joker exchange.
4 characters.
Okay, so let's throw the 9 dot.
9 dots.
We still need another joker for the dragon.
6
We have
characters.
1 discard, the 5 dot. That's extra.
2 characters.
Let's see if we can get a 7 dot in here.
North wind.
5 bam. 2 are out.
5 bamboos.
They need a 1 bam 5 crack over here on the left.
North wind.
And I don't see either of them out. So if we draw
4
a
dots.
1 bam or a 5 crack, we should fold.
South wind.
We do not want to draw those tiles. A joker will do. All right,
5
so now
dots.
we're ready to win on a 7 dot, and we have 1 exposure, which is really good. We have a good chance of winning this one. Also, a 7 dot
West
went down and
wind.
nobody took it. The player on our left doesn't need it. The player across from us won't need it. And the
5
player on our right,
characters.
oh, that's risky.
Mahjong.
That is risky. All right. So that was a discard for 2 exposures. So that would have been costly in an actual tournament. So now, next game. That player on our right had 2 7 dots, so there was 1 more left. Okay, now here we've got a nice start with jokers, but we have a pair of green dragons, otherwise a widespread. So here, green dragon. We're going to try to use that. I'm thinking like numbers with 5s or 9s. Here's 5s and 9s. Let's see here. We don't have any flowers, so we need to focus on hands without flowers. So I'm thinking like numbers with dragons, second hand down under any like numbers. With a dragon, there's 1 dragon quint that requires flowers, which we have none. So we may consider that later, but right now, probably not. Okay, so no keepers here. We have tiles we can pass. Here's 1 of each suit. Let's keep it going. Okay, we have a pair of 6, a pair of, no, that's not a pair of 6s. We have 6s, but a 6 I think was going around. Let's keep it to 5 6 and let a 9 go. So we'll focus on 5 6. All right, we have 6 7 5 6 7 here, kind of a run building a little bit. We definitely want to keep going. Let's see if anyone stops. No. All right, we're going to keep going. So we have 5 6 7 in dots, dragon, a 5 6 in bam, a 5 bam, and a 6 crack. All right, so let's keep going here. I'm just wondering if we could keep that 9 dot and let the, oh no, I don't think so. I was thinking we could keep this, the 9 dot for big odds, but we have no 7 bam, and I don't want to pass a 6 8. I don't want to pass 6 8. All right, so now we have all 3 5s and another dragon. So let's pass the 9 crack, the 6 crack, and the 7 dot. Let's go for like numbers with 5s. Like numbers with 5s. See if we can get some more 5s. There's 1. We have 1 of 2 pair now in hand, which is good. That's a strength. We actually are set. We could pung the white dragon, pung the green dragon, and Kong the 5. So we're set. We have 3 discards. So I think this was a good choice. It's not a guarantee that we'll win, but this is a good place to be. Somebody passed like numbers, which means they either don't have a complete understanding of the risk of passing like numbers, or they're willing to take the risk. We're going to pass 2 because I don't pass like numbers typically. It's almost as risky as passing a pair, in my opinion. so I don't do it typically. We are set, but even still, we're playing in a competitive arena, so I would not want to help my opponent. We got a keeper right there. Okay, we have 2 discards. This was a fantastic Charleston for us.
9 characters.
I don't think you can do much better. We have 2 discards. We're a front runner.
1 dot.
We want to try to minimize our exposures, though, if we can. So we'll just see how we draw. Let's let the 6 go.
6 bamboos.
I would even hold that 1 dot as our last discard. Nobody wants,
3 characters.
it seems nobody wants the 1s.
1 dot.
Okay, so that'll be good for later.
8 bamboos. 9 characters. 1 dot.
Yeah. Okay, nobody wants the 1. We're just going to hold it for later. Since we only
9
have
dots.
2 discards, it's good to have
South
a really
wind.
safe discard for your last tile. There's a keeper.
1 character.
So this is really good. We're at 1 discard at 87 tiles remaining.
White dragon.
Okay, let's pung. And we can risk that joker there because now
1 dot.
we're ready on a double weight. We can win on a green
6
dragon
dots.
or a 5 crack. So we have a really good chance of winning this hand.
1 bamboo.
Not a guarantee, but chances are that we will
4 bamboos.
get this win. We could even win on a joker. That is not Mahjong. The game is testing us. So discard and do not click
8
Mahjong.
characters.
That is just part of the marathon
3 bamboos.
algorithm. You just ignore it. Click Mahjong if it's your winning tile.
2 bamboos.
I wish they didn't do that, but they do, and there's nothing I can do to change it.
4 dots.
So it is a little bit disconcerting when that happens, but just move on. Stay focused.
3 dots.
We're looking for a green dragon or a 5 crack. Or this white dragon.
7 dots. East wind.
That is not Mahjong.
1 bamboo. 9 dots.
I would love to draw it.
North wind.
Drawing would be more value, but you have no control over that.
South wind.
We got a keeper here, so there, Mahjong. Okay, so someone did have a green dragon, but we drew it ourselves, so we're gonna get 25 points. 25, I don't understand the points, but whatever. We got it. Okay, so now next game here. Okay, we have a couple of jokers, which is very nice. We have 1, 2 bam, 2, 3, 4 crack, 2, 6 dot, west and south. 1, 2 pairs right here. 1, 2. 1, 2. That's consecutive. So I would hold all consecutive tiles. 1, 2, 3, 4 of some kind, but also we've got wins. We could maybe do, let's see, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. We've got jokers, so I would not play a pair hand. I think I would let the 4 go with a wind. 1, 2, 2, 3. Let's just wait and see. We're going to keep gathering. So now we have a 1, 2. Here's 1, 2. Here's a 2. We have a south and a 6. Single pair Kong is probably what we could try for. We have a pair of 1s though. 1, 2, 1, 2. Let's see here. 2 dot, really, we can't do much there unless we switch to like numbers, but we have no flowers. I think what I would do is keep the 2 and let the 3 crack go. Because what we could do is leverage the pairs of 2s and play like numbers with 2s and use the jokers for the flowers. Here's a 2 crack. Look, 1, 2 dot, 1, 2 crack. We can't keep it all. Let's let the 1 go. 1, 2, 1, 2. I think we're going to go for a gap hand. We're going to the left. I don't like passing like numbers, so we're not going to do that. We're going to pass 1 blind. We're going to play 2s. We might be able to switch to a year hand. Yes, we want to keep going. Now let's watch for who stops. See if anybody stops. No, nobody stopped. Okay, now, you know what we have now that we got that 3 dot? We could play 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. We do have a gap, the 1 crack. We gave that away. That's a smaller gap than like numbers that are flowers. So let's let the 2 dot go and play 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 now that we have the 3 dot. Concealed, consecutive. And maybe the 1 will boomerang. Let's see if we can get a boomerang here. 1, 2 bam, 1, 2 crack, 3 dot pair. We could use the joker as the 1 crack. It's not ideal, but we could do it if we have to. I think we have a chance of getting that 1 crack back. Oh, and here's an interesting development. Now we have north and south with 1, 2. We're going to the right so we can pass 1 blind. I would probably consider playing 1, 2 north south. Let's see if we get either the 1 crack or a north south. North south with offsuit Kongs, 3rd hand down under Winds and Dragons. At the moment, okay, we got a 2 dot back. That's okay, we don't need it. We can pass 2. So let's see what our opponent wants first. Okay, 2. Awesome. Let's see if we can get either a north-south or a 1 crack back. Boomerang. No, we got a 1 dot. Okay, so now we're in between hands. I'd say we're an underdog until we decide which hand to play. At the moment, we could play the 3rd hand down on the left or the concealed consecutive hand.
7 characters.
And it's going to depend on how we draw now. Let's let the 1 dot go.
1 dot.
The nice thing about the 3rd hand down under Winds and Dragons is it's a hand of least resistance. So I'm more
east wind,
likely going to go for that hand because we can
west
use jokers.
Wind. 7 bamboos.
We need a pair of 3s and we have a gap, no
3
1.
dots.
Because the 3 dot just went down, with a hesitation, I would play north-south.
7 characters.
North and south with 1, 2.
9 dots.
We don't need dragons.
White dragon.
So we need 1 good pick in here
3 bamboos.
and we'll be set. North, south, 1 bam. We can Kong the 2.
4 characters.
We could Pong both north and south. And then we need help with our 1. Or we can
1 dot.
Kong both of our number tiles. And then we'll need help with north,
3
south.
dots.
So we are in
8
between.
characters.
4 discards. I'd say we're a contender on this. I would love to get 1 more pick, 1 keeper out of this next pick. If we can get a keeper
1
out of this
dragon.
next pick, I think we could be a front runner. Which just means we can take more risk.
8 characters.
That is not a keeper. And we did
3
let that
dots.
go. Somebody kept the 1 crack.
2 dots.
I was hoping to see that back, but it didn't come. So now we're playing north-south with
Kong.
1, 2. Okay, they picked up on a trend.
4
The 2 was
characters.
going around. There's a keeper for us.
2 bamboos.
Okay, so we
1
need,
character.
oh, there's the 1 crack. So the player on our right had it, but somebody else has a 1 crack, or there would not have been a hesitation.
9 characters.
That's one of the tells that you can use at Mahjong Time.
8 characters.
Okay, the 3 bam is down. Let's let this year tile go.
4 bamboos.
Okay, so now we've got 2 5s in our
9
hand.
characters.
These are discards, but we're going to hold them and see if we can get
8
maybe a
dots.
joker exchange opportunity there. The 3 bam will go next. That's already
Calm.
out. Okay, so they're playing 2 8 with 4 6 in the middle.
6 characters.
2 8 4 6 in the middle. Second hand from the bottom.
7 bamboos.
We don't know yet if they're playing 1 suit or 2. Since they
7
have
dots.
a 4 crack and a 4 bam in front of them, I'm thinking they're playing the 1 suit option.
Four bamboos. 1 bamboo.
Okay, let's Kong.
Kong. 3 bamboos.
We'll be able to pung one of the
3
north-south.
bamboos.
I think somebody else is playing winds
7 dots.
because there's only 2 out, east-west. We may have a competitor for the
2 bamboos.
north-south here. We don't want to hold that 6.
6 dots.
This player to our left needs that for a pick.
Mahjong.
I'm surprised that they're ready this early. So we threw the winning tile, but we're not even at the midpoint. They had a really good Charleston. I was not thinking that they were ready to win. So we need to win this game. Right now we're in second place. Let's see if we can recover here. We have a pung of flowers. Pair 7 here. We do have a hand in here with no gaps already. 6, 7, 8 right there. 6, 7, 8, or we could maybe swing a quint. Let's pass 7, 2 with a white. That's a little risky right there. Let's see, maybe we can keep that. I would try to leverage these flowers actually. Let's let the 6, 8 go, because maybe we could play like numbers with 7s, or maybe the quint with dragons. We got the 7. I would play like numbers with 7s. Now we have no gaps there. Okay, so yes, we're gonna keep it going here. Let's do the 8 crack with a white dragon here. We can Kong that flowers. We could pung the 7 dot and one of the other 7s. So we need 7s. We have 5 discards at the moment, which is not bad during the Charleston. Let's just see if we can get some more 7s. What happened? There we go. 7s. We need 7s. Nope. That's okay. We can pass 1 of each suit. I'm keeping this dragon just in case the quint comes in. Red with 7 dot. 4th hand down under quints. No keepers. We can just keep going, hopefully. Let's see what everybody wants to do here. Yep, everybody wants to keep going. We're still looking for 7s. We can act on 3 of our 4 blocks. This is another hand of least resistance. These are great hands to play because they're indestructible. There's one. Okay, so we got this. We got one of the keepers in here. Oops. Okay, so let's throw the 9 with the red. Okay, and we are 1 away from set. 4 discards. I would say at the moment we're a contender. If we get 1 more keeper, we'll be a front runner. Nope, that's okay. I would keep it going here. Let's see. Instead of throwing a 6-9 in 1 suit, let's pass the dragon. It's a little bit risky either way. 4 with the dragon, it's a little bit risky. Okay. We can pass 3 here. I don't want to give them another 4. If they want 3, we'll pass 8, 5, 6. I may offer 2. They may only want 1. I do not want to pass 1 tile. We're 1 away from set. I'm just going to decline. We're just going to decline. I really wish they would fix that on here. But I've been told they're not going to. Oh, no, this is the application. They should fix that. All right, let's move on. We're ready to
6
pung
characters.
and Kong the flower.
Red dragon.
We can Kong the flower and pung.
7 bamboos.
Save. Okay. Either way, we're going to need to pung. Let's pass for now. If another 7 bam goes down, we'll pung. I don't want to expose a
4
joker
characters.
already, and we can use that 7 bam for one of the pungs. So let's just see what happens here.
Red dragon. 1 character.
So the 7 bam will be a pung.
3 dots.
Since 1 is out, we want to have a pure Kong. So we're going to make either the 7 dot or 7
6
crack
bamboos.
a pung. I mean a Kong. A pung and a Kong.
South wind.
Okay, there's joker bait. Let's see.
4 dots.
We do have actually
9 bamboos.
another hand in here. 6 dot, 7 crack, 8 bam. But
7 dots.
it is far from set. Okay, let's pung.
Pung. 5 bamboos.
So we'll Kong the
5
7
dots.
crack. We have joker bait with 8 bam. Maybe.
9 dots.
We are still in the begin game. We're in the last pick for the begin game.
White dragon. 3 dots. 8 bamboos.
Okay, that's our joker bait. There was a little bit of a hesitation on that.
1 dot.
We may not see anything there for exchange potential.
9 characters.
We need a good pick out of here. 7.
Pung.
Oh, skip.
Nine dots.
Okay, so they punged a 9 crack and they discarded a 9 dot. I'm thinking they're playing
Flower.
3, 6, 9. Let's Kong.
Kong. 6 dots.
Now the Kong of 7s, or Kong of flowers and a
8
pung of
dots.
7s, this could only be one hand. So they're going to know already what we need.
6
So
dots.
more exposures is not a problem. They already know. So we're just going to try to
2 dots.
stay in front.
Green dragon. Four bamboos. Nine dots.
I would love to draw that 9 crack.
Eight dots. Eight dots. Four bamboos. Nine dots.
Okay, we need a keeper here.
Nine bamboos.
That's not a keeper.
One dot. Nine characters.
Oh no, they didn't take it. Uh-oh. Are they playing a pair hand?
White dragon.
They didn't take the 9 crack. It's still open though.
Flower.
There.
Nine characters.
Okay,
Eight bamboos.
now we're set.
Five dots. Green dragon.
I would love
Nine
to draw
bamboos.
a ready tile. Oh, okay.
Eight
That's a
bamboos.
discard.
Flower.
Oh man, I would love to get ready by a
Green
self-pick
dragon.
here. I really don't like exposing jokers. This could be a risky discard.
Three dots.
Nope. Okay, 1 bam, none are out.
One bamboo. Four bamboos.
Oh, we got a winner. Okay. 5 through 9. Thankfully, they have a joker here. Okay, so we have first place here. They won. Oh, look, they're ready. They're ready on a pure hand. Oh, they just got it though, because I just discarded that 1 bam. Over here, they must have just, oh no, they're not ready. They have an extra 3. We were 1 away. We tied for second place. So we both have 25 points, and this player was the winner for this marathon. Okay, so now let's exit and join another one. We'll do one more marathon. Okay, so let's go here. Okay, yes, we're okay. So hopefully we'll get to finish this within 45 minutes. Usually they take about an hour, so we may go over a little bit, but that's just the nature of marathons. So in that one, just to analyze what happened, I did discard the winning tile before the midpoint of the game. They did have 2 exposures, but I really thought that they were not quite ready yet on a pair, and they were. So they had a very successful Charleston for that particular hand. And they seem to be a really strong player because that last hand, they were 1 away from ready. So I don't feel bad about discarding that tile, even though it was risky because of where we were in the phase of the game. So if you do something in a competitive setting that had a negative result, learn from it. In this case, I probably would have done the same thing in another. If I were to do it again, I probably would have still discarded that tile. So just analyze it and think to yourself, would I do that again? If so, then accept it and move on. If you found a learning opportunity, for example, let's say that it happened later in the game, I would have folded. I would not have discarded that if we were even, let's say, 5 or 6 picks further into the game. I probably would not have discarded that tile. So look for opportunities to learn from situations that either got you a penalty or negative score of any kind, and then tuck it away in your toolbox for future knowledge. So I think that was good. We won a game, and then we were one away from ready on another, and the other person, two other people won a game, so 3 of us won. It was an interesting marathon. Hopefully we won't have to wait long for this one. It's 2:15. We'll see how it goes here. Hopefully someone else will join. Right now we have all brown belts, which is kind of nice. I'm wondering if we should leave and play a regular game. I don't want to wait too long. Shelby, oh, you're broke. Oh no. You got to win. You got to win to earn some more dragon chips. This is, I don't know why. Well, we're going to wait 1 more minute, and then we'll play regular games, because I don't want to just sit here and wait. Now, let's go ahead and leave. No worries, Wes. We're just gonna play regular games now. Let's see what we have here. Let's join right here. Oh, Dana. Cool. There's Shelby. All right, here we go. This is a regular game. 1 game at a time now. Let's see what we can do. We'll just relax now. So I hope that gave you an idea of how to make decisions in a competitive setting. The game's has more heightened defense. We have almost news here. We do have 5s and 9s. I think I would let this dragon go. Well, maybe the 2 instead. 2, 4, 8. That's a little bit risky. Let's pass the 3 instead. Okay, let's see what we get. Okay, we got a dragon. I was wondering if we would get a dragon. Here's tiles to pass. We could play news with dragons. Second hand from the bottom. Okay, no keepers. I was just reading a comment on Facebook. It's not out yet. It's under review, but they said they're wondering why the tiles are turned sideways. But they called them pongs and combs. Pongs and combs. That's not how it works. Let's see here. It's a pung or kong. Okay, let's see. Let's pass a 1 bam with a 4 and a 9. Let's give up on the 9. Pongs or Kungs? Yes, I would like to Kung, please. And Pong. A Pong. That's like ping pong. It's not in Mahjong. It's Pong. Pong and Kong. All right, let's see. We'll let the 2 with a 9 go, and then one of the 7s here. Let's see here. Were other 7s going around? Let's pass. No, let's just do it. It doesn't really matter. 6 one, half dozen the other. Okay, dragon. All right, now 6, 7, 8. Either way, even if we gave up a 5, let's see here. Maybe either way, it's going to be risky. I would probably let these go at this point and play the dragon hand. 7s, look at that. Okay. I would definitely pass 3 here if they want 3. Okay. Here we go. Hey, we got a news. We got news. All right, let's let the 9 go. So we
9
have a
dots.
hand with no gaps, news with dragons.
East wind.
We need help with our dragons big time. So we'll see.
8 bamboos.
We're just going to
1
gather.
dot.
Flower. That's
1
awesome.
bamboo.
That's helpful.
6 dots.
So what we need in here are dragons.
1 dot. 7 bamboos.
Might as well.
7 bamboos. East wind.
No.
Four dots. 1 dot.
We can let that go.
3 dots. 4 bamboos. 9 bamboos. 4 characters.
Don't need 1s.
1 character. Green dragon.
No. We need Kong.
White dragon.
Oh, shoot.
North wind.
No. Don't want ear tiles.
4 dots. South wind.
Goodness, every single discard hits our hand.
Green dragon.
Oh my gosh. Every single tile, please.
North wind.
Really? Oh, geez. Every one. Dang it. It's impacting our
bamboo.
hand.
1 dot. South wind.
Wow. Every single discard is hitting our hand. That's not good.
North wind.
Another. Are you kidding me right now? Yikes.
3 characters.
Shoot. That's crazy.
8 dots.
Oh my gosh, finally, relief.
9 bamboos. West wind.
Wow. Okay,
5 bamboos.
we're just going to keep going. Not a lot we can do.
7 bamboos. 7 characters.
Oh my gosh, again with this, every single tile is in our hand that's being
3
discarded.
bamboos.
Well, that one we're not, but still, almost every one. Jeez.
4 characters. 1 character. 2 dots. 6 dots.
There's a keeper. Gee whiz.
6 bamboos. Red dragon.
Wow. Okay, we'll Kong.
Kong.
We kind of have to. Our hand is just being dwindled
7
away.
dots.
Okay. Let's see.
7 dots. 9 bamboos. West wind.
Okay.
5 dots. 6 dots.
Someone's asking about the turn tiles.
6 characters.
That indicates who discarded it.
5 dots.
It's not part of the American Mah Jongg game, but it is useful information. And it's
4
present on the
dots.
platform because other versions are on this
5
platform.
bamboos.
They require that technique or that indicator.
9 characters.
All right, so we need more tiles here for the dragons.
1
The white
bamboo.
dragon is probably better.
7 bamboos. 3 characters. 5 dots. West wind.
No, we don't need that.
4 bamboos. Green dragon. 2 characters. Kong. 8 characters.
Okay, we need help here. A flower.
7 characters.
I suppose we could switch to the second hand from the bottom, but I wouldn't.
5 dots.
We're closer, even though we're going to need jokers.
Red dragon. 5 bamboos. 7 dots.
Okay, let's throw the flower.
Flower. 8 dots.
All right.
Flower.
Dragons. We need dragons. Is this 2 available?
6
Yes.
bamboos.
Okay, 8 is out. 2 of each of these are out.
3 characters.
At least we have news and a pair of flowers. We can use jokers for the rest.
Jongg.
Oh, there's some jokers. Are they available?
Flower.
No, they're locked in.
6 bamboos.
1 bam, 3 are out.
8 dots. 2 dots.
All right.
One character. 8 bamboos.
Okay, 9 bam, 3 are out.
9 bamboos. 3 bamboos. Pung. 3 dots. 8 bamboos.
2 dot, 2 are out.
2 dots. 4 bamboos. 3 dots. 3 dots.
6 dot, 3s are in front of us. 3 6s are out.
6 dots. 4 bamboos.
Those jokers are
9
locked in. This
characters.
joker is available.
Six characters.
How about a keeper? That's not it.
6 bamboos. 2
Okay.
bamboos. Kong.
Oh, news with 2s. They could be doing the year hand, third one down. Third year hand down.
2 dots.
Oh, but they just threw the 2. Here's, hold the phone.
1 bamboo.
We don't want them to have a pure hand.
Pung.
We could make that exchange, right? Oh, they're playing
8
little
dots.
odds. We could make that exchange, but if they're playing
9
a year
dots.
hand or news with 2s, we
7
could give
dots.
them a pure hand. Okay, there are
East
3 Wests out and we have 1. So
1
they can't be
character.
playing new or
South
like
wind.
numbers with 2s because the
9
Wests are
dots.
all accounted for. They could be playing a year hand.
4 dots.
A year hand with, let's see, 2 dot, but they're not doing that either
6 characters.
because all the 2s are out. So we could take that 2 because there's no way they can win.
Joker.
So we're going to take it.
2 characters.
And now we're going to discard that.
Green dragon.
It's already out. And the white dragon, we're ready to win. But I don't think
Joker.
anyone's going to throw a white dragon, but you never know. Somebody might. White dragon.
8 bamboos.
And we tried. Okay, so they are playing a year hand. It's a gap, big gap hand there. So we at least got ready to win. They did not have, they needed 2 foreign dots. Here, ready to win on a 5 crack. Here, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 5, 6, 5 through 9. They have discards. Okay, here we go. We'll play again. Thanks for joining the table, Shelby, Dana, and Misty. I appreciate you. All right, we'll play another game here, at least one more. All right, here we go. Okay, what do we have? Yikes. We have, at first I thought a widespread. We have a pair of 8s and a pair of flowers. That's where I would start. Here's another 8. We have a north. I think I would hold 7. It's consecutive. And that's where I would just stop. Okay, let's see what we get. We have 8s and a north. Okay, so here's a 9 and a 7. 7, 8, 8, 9, 7. Here are tiles to pass. 1, 3, 4. That's a little bit risky. Let's let the 9. Let's see. We have 7, 8, 9 mixed suit Kongs. 7.89 mixed suit Kongs. Let's let the 7 bam go here. 7.8 bam, 9 crack with flowers, or like numbers with 8s. Okay, there's a 9, so we have 7, 8, 9. Here's 3, 6, 5. Nope, let's just stick with 8s or 7, 8, 9. Mixed suit Kongs. Oh, there's a keeper. 2 keepers. Okay, so now we can let 7, 8, 9 go and keep going. We have half of news and we have 2 pairs of 8s. We can pass 1 of each suit. Nice. No keepers. Let's do 4, 6, 1 here. All right, we got a keeper and a flower, but we really don't need the flower. Oh, here's a pair of 3s. Okay, let's see. We're going to the right. I would pass the flower, but I mean the white, but not a flower. We're just going to pass 2. We still need an east, but we could Kong an 8. Let's see. Oh, look, we got the east. I'm surprised those winds trickled in. I would pass 2 here if our opponent wants any. 2. Perfect. We'll do 2. Okay. We have 3 discards. It'd be nice to get an 8. Oh, okay, that's fine. So let's discard the 9 crack.
9 characters.
I suppose we could keep that for a bit.
8 bamboos.
Might as well Kong. We have no gaps.
Flower.
We're 1 away from ready. We have our singles and our pair.
5 dots. East wind. South wind.
Might as well let that west
West
go.
wind. Five bamboos. Three bamboos. Three bamboos.
Okay, let's let that go.
Green dragon. Green dragon. Six bamboos.
We need this 8 band back.
West wind.
Let's see if we can get that. Oh, 4.
Four bamboos.
One good pick and we'll be ready to win. This hand kind of trickled in with these wins.
One bamboo. One dot.
Okay, keeper coming up.
One dot.
Oh, 1 tile off.
Seven bamboos.
Shoot.
Eight characters.
Passing like numbers. Oops. Pass is a play to make others break up their hands. Maybe
3 dots.
not everybody believes it's a risky
Green
pass.
dragon.
A lot of people pass like numbers.
6 characters.
But I will pass like numbers if I can take the risk. If my hand is well developed, I'll do it. But
6
more times than not,
bamboos.
I won't. I will rather pass blind or
Green dragon.
work in the like numbers and let something else go.
7 characters. 1 dot.
But maybe people do that intentionally just to
3
knock
dots.
people off their, I don't know, game,
8
I guess.
characters.
Force people on tilt. I don't know.
South wind.
Okay, we need a joker now.
1 character.
It is a very
3
risky
dots.
play if people do that intentionally. It is
Flower.
risky because sometimes you can incorporate those like numbers. They fit right in. And when that happens, that risk is not worth it.
White dragon.
I just don't think, there we go. I don't think the risk
8
is worth it.
bamboos. 5 bamboos.
All right, we are ready to win on an 8 crack.
Pung.
Multiple weight. We can
North wind.
use a joker if we need to. There's 1 8 crack out. Nobody wanted it. Oh no, there's 2.
9 bamboos.
There's 2 8 cracks, so we need a joker. That's all right.
6 characters.
2 8 cracks. So we're looking for a joker.
East wind.
Let's see if more people will make exposures.
Red dragon. 9 bamboos.
We don't want 5s.
5 dots.
Let's see, this 5 band over here, it is
North
open
wind.
to exchange there.
Two bamboos. 6 characters. 7 characters. 6 bamboos.
There's 1 more 5 band.
8 dots.
These other players are not
6
exposed.
bamboos.
Can't get jokers from a
7
concealed
dots.
hand.
Kong.
Oh, there's another one. Okay, now 2 jokers.
9 bamboos.
Open there. 7 dot, 5 band.
2 characters. 2 bamboos. 2 bamboos. 8 dots.
Okay, we need
7 characters.
we need an exchange tile.
4 characters.
We need to have a blingy tile. A bling. See how this joker
North
kind of
wind.
flashes? It's kind of like bling. We need a tile that blings
White dragon.
for exchange.
Three
Five bam or
characters.
7 dot.
Kong.
Oh, there's another one. Let's see. Is that out?
1 bamboo.
Okay, 3 jokers open now. Three
South wind.
crack, 5 bam, 7 dot. 3 jokers.
Four bamboos.
We got one
3 characters.
for the win. Mahjong. Sweet. So we have news with 8s here. News with 8s. Over here, 246, 2468, 246. No 8 though. Let's see here. 5779 big odds. Pung pung kong kong. Over here, 1 through 5. They needed a 4 crack and a 1 crack. Okay, let's squeeze in one more game. One more. Here we go. Last one. Thank you for the kudos on that last one. We were kind of up against a wall there because we needed jokers, but we got them. Okay, here we have a pair of jokers. That's nice. Here's a pair of 7s. Pair 7. Here's a 7 and an ace. We're kind of in the same situation. We have 5s though. Maybe we can play big odds. Let's see what comes in. 7s or big odds. 9s. Maybe 9 bam. 5, 7, 9. Second hand down. Here's a 7, 9 and cracks. So let's see. I guess I would go ahead and focus on odds. We have 5, 7 dot, 7, 9 crack, no gaps. We do have all 3 7s in there. 5, 7, 7, 9 big odds, second hand down on the right, or like numbers with 7s. No keepers, but we did get a 1 crack pair here. There's 1, 3, 7. We gave away the 5. I would disregard it. Let's see here. You know what we could do? No, because we got to break this up anyway. No, we're going to pass. We have a hand with no gaps. 5, 7, 7, 9, or like numbers with 7s. 2 hands with no gaps. There's the 5. Oh, it keeps coming and going here. Yes, we want to keep going. Let's see here. You know what we could do? Maybe the 3 will, the 1 and the 3 will come back. I would not bank on it though. Nope. We still have 2 hands with no gaps. That's what we're going to go with. Either like numbers with 7s or big odds. 5, 7, 7, 9. Okay, so no keepers here. And we're leveraging the 7 dot pair. We do have 5, 7 crack, 7, 9 dot, or 5, 7 dot, 7, 9 crack. Let's let the 7 bam go and see if the 5s come in. The 5 crack comes, because I think the 5 crack was going around. There's a 1, 3. Now we have 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, no gaps. 7 dot pair. I would just let this go here. Five, 7 crack, 7, 9 dot. Okay, now we have our answer here. 5 dot, 5, 7 dot, 7, 9 crack. They want 3, and I would do 3. Let's see. We'll do 1, 3 with a 9. 1, 3, 9. Yeah. So we're playing then 5, 7, 7, 9. Big odds, second hand down on the right. No keepers. We have 5 discards, so we're an underdog until we get a couple of keepers.
7 characters.
We might as well Kong. We have a hand with
Kong.
no gaps. Let's let the flower go.
Flower.
All right, so now we have 4 discards. I'd say we're a contender.
2 bamboos.
All we need in here is help with our 9, and we can use any number of jokers. We can pung 5,
Kong.
7. So let's see if we can stay out in front.
5 characters.
There's a keeper.
5 characters.
We have 3 discards.
8 bamboos.
I'd still say we're a front runner until we get a little help with our 9 crack.
3 bamboos.
We technically are a front runner because we have 3 discards and we only just began the game.
3 characters.
We've only just begun.
One character. Nine bamboos. Five bamboos. Four dots.
I would let the 4 crack go because that's a year tile.
4 characters.
We have 2 jokers visible right now.
4 bamboos.
Our own exposure.
1 character. 3 characters.
Oh yeah, we don't want to hold 2s. This player on the left,
2 characters.
they might be playing like numbers or a year hand.
3
So
characters.
we don't want to hold on to that.
East wind. Flower.
Let's let the 1 go.
1 bamboo. 3 bamboos. East wind. Flower.
Okay, let's let the 3 go.
3 dots. 1 dot. 7 characters. Flower. 4 dots.
No.
1 character. 8 dots. 9 dots. 1 bamboo.
Joker beat with the 8 bam.
5 bamboos. 5 bamboos. 2 characters. 6 dots.
Oh no.
Flower. 1 dot. Flower. Flower.
Oh my goodness, so much for that. Yikes. You never know where it's
8
going to go.
dots.
Oh, geez.
9 characters. 6 dots. East wind.
No, we don't need wins.
South wind. Pung. 4 characters. 9 dots.
Oh, we need keepers. We need 9 crack or 7, a 7. How about? No. Oh, this
6
looks so
bamboo.
promising.
Nine dots.
That was so promising, this hand. Well, it's not
3
over yet.
bamboos.
It is not over yet.
1 character.
We're still in the middle game. I would let that go.
Green dragon. Pung.
Good thing we let
1
that go
dot.
now.
2 dots. North wind. Mahjong.
We have a winner. 7-8 new north and south. All right. Where are we? We have 4 minutes, so we don't have time to play another game. Let's see here. I hope, oh, the 8 band was out already. Yeah. When you get a pung, it really doesn't make good joker bait, but that's all right. It's worth a try, I guess. But I hope that you found this information helpful when it comes to playing defensively and how to not be affected by what happens at the table, win or lose. It's easy to be critical of yourself, but thankfully it's just a game. Well, it's not just a game. We all love the game. So it's more than a game, but it is a game nonetheless. So try not to be hard on yourself and move forward with lessons learned so that you can do better the next game. 1 game at a time. Play your best 1 game at a time. That's the bottom line. And stay away from that leaderboard. Oh, thank you, Wes. Thank you, everyone, for being here during this live stream. We'll be back again tomorrow for the Obsessed Here live stream. I'm going to share some merch design ideas. I would like to get your input on a new idea that I stumbled on, and I designed my own version of it. So that is what we're going to do tomorrow, and then do gameplay with commentary. And then Wednesday, we'll do members only Let's Play live stream, just hanging out. And basically it's like Simply Social Let's Play live stream. And then we'll do Beat the Pro. We have 2 people registered, maybe one of them those in the winner circle already, but we at least have 1 new contestant are registered for Thursday's Beat the Pro. If you want to beat the pro, you can sign up by going to events on my website, and then Let's Play live streams, Beat the Pro, to learn about that program. And then again, we'll be back on Friday for the Simply Social Let's Play live stream. Oh yeah, we'll be back again tonight because I want to share about the Mahjathon on the 26th. I think it's the 26th of this month, the last Saturday of the month. Yes, 26th of this month for the Mahjathon, where the proceeds will be going to St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. If you want to know more about that, on my website, go to Events, Fundraisers, and click the Read More button for the Mahjathon. I would love to have you join us. We already have lots of people signed up for it, but we need more. And I would love to have you join us tonight when I give updates. And if you have any questions about it, you're welcome to ask those questions during that live stream. And you could always send me an email as well. I'll go ahead and sign off because I have another meeting coming up. Thank you again for playing with me. It was a lot of fun. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, consider subscribing. Click the little gray bell if you do. That way you'll get notification for when I post new videos, and you won't miss an opportunity to learn a new strategy or pick up an insight to the game that could give you an advantage at the table. Between now and the next video, may all your picks be keepers.